Hello guys, and welcome to the week 3 of financial data analysis course. And in this video I will tell you all about the basic statistics and the financial matrices that we can use in our financial data analysis. And at the end we will build a small project that will help you understand the relationship between various stock matrices and how you can use it to predict whether that stock will go up or stock will go down. Okay, so let's start the video. And with the first topic we have is about descriptive statistics for financial data. So here we have a small data frame with some columns of the stock accounting with the price, volume and revenue as well. The first thing we do is to describe our data. So when we use a describe function, it will give us the basic statistical matrices here. That is mean, standard deviation, minimum, and all the quantiles that we use, that is 25th quantile, 50 quantiles, 75th quantile, and the maximum value. So by using these kind of matrices, you get to know which of your columns, only integer columns or numerical columns, or your columns have what kind of values, are they have a very high variance or very low variance, or their mean is very high or mean is very not. You can get to know all about that. So as is here, the mean is here, and the 50% is known as the median, and this is the standard deviation, and this is the maximum values that have these columns. Okay, and then I just calculate the mean, median and standard deviation here as well of the price column. So price column, it shares mean 916, 916, 50% is 350, median is 350. And then standard deviation is 1181, 1181 is here. So in that way, you will get to know about the basic statistical measures of your own data. Okay, so our next thing is about the measures of central tendency and the dispersion. So measures of central tendency is or mean, median and mode, and about the dispersions are variance, standard deviations, all these kind of things are called the measures of dispersion. That how your data is spread out. Okay. So here I just calculate on the same column, volume column, I calculate the mean, median, and for the measures of dispersion, I calculate about the standard deviation along with the range. Range is from the maximum minus minimum. So in that way, I got to know the volume range is this. It is 4,40,000. Okay, and around your mean and median standard deviation is here. So all these matrices will just tell you about that how your data is spread. Is there is a normal distribution or binomial distribution or any other kind of distribution that is here. If your data has outliers as well, and many more things. Because if your data is of normal distribution, then your mean should be 0 and standard deviation is equal to 1. So in that way, that normal distributions plays out the work. But if it is not, then there is some kind of outlier, some kind of maximum minimum values are in your data that need to be handled if you are working with the normal data. Okay, so our next topic in this video is about financial ratios and matrices. So whenever you go to any stock website or any stock listing, you get to know about what is a PE ratio, what is return of investments, or ROE, what is the profit margin is here. So here are the exact formulas that you can use to calculate those about your financial or stock data. So to calculate the PE ratio, you will just need the price divided by the revenue and divided by the volume. So in that way, you will get about the PE ratio, that is profit per earning ratio. So in that there we can so in that way you can calculate about that. And then there is ROE, that is return of investment. So this is the return of investment calculated here by dividing the revenue with the price, and then profit margin, that how much margin we can get from that volume we can buy. So in that way you can get about that. Okay, so in that all the matrices are used to get to know more about a stock. Okay, so if you can calculate these matrices, it is very easy for you to choose in which stock to invest or which stock to invest or not. Okay, so our next part of this video is about correlation covariance analysis. So correlation and covariance is all about the relationship between the various columns of your stock data. So if I have a column that is price and volume, if I want to know about the relationship between these two, so I want to calculate if my price goes up and volume goes up as well. So what is this relationship between the return of investment? So is my return of investment will go up or down? So in that way you can get at about the relationship between these any kind of variables that you have in your stock data. So as here, when I just calculate the stock data, correlation is here. This is my correlation matrices I have here. So it just shows me that the price and the return of investment has a negative correlation. That means whenever the price goes up, the return on investment goes down. So whenever a stock price goes up, so you want to buy a stock at a very high price, so the return of investment is always going to be low. You have to buy a stock at its low and sell when it's high. So it is a very great example here. And the other example we show is that what is the return of investment and price correlation? That whenever the price goes down, return of investment will goes up. So whenever you buy a stock when its price is very low, so then you have chances of getting more return in the future. So in that way, this correlation covariance works. Okay, so next is our project. So in this project, I will use to analyze the relationship between the stock market and market indices. So I just create data here of the 30 days data I have, and then I just build like a random data of the stock prices and the random data of the market indices. So I want to know that what is the relationship between these two if I just build a plot. So whenever you have like these kind of market indices, so market indices are only like PE ratio, ROE, profit margin. These are your market indices. So you want to know what is the relationship between your stock price versus your market indices. So you can calculate by building a scatter plot here. So in that scatter plot, you will see this is the scatter plot you have, and you can calculate the correlation coefficient between these two and calculate it as like this 0.08. So that means there are like 8% of the chances that whenever your stock price goes down and your market indices goes down with it as well, because it is a positive correlation. So whenever a positive correlation is there, so your stocks will go equally on the upside and equally on the downside. But with how much strength they will go up or how strength they will go down is depend on your correlation coefficient. So by using that, you can get to know that how your stocks will be perform in the future. So I hope you guys like me this video and get to know more about the financial measures and the financial matrices. So in our next video, we'll talk about the more amazing concept about the financial domain and get in depth of the algorithmic trading. Thank you guys. Thank you.